You're listening to Oddcast.
Welcome to Oddcast once again.
That's the intro right there.
It's great.
That hot 8-bit music, which isn't it's good. It's good that was people's childhoods.
It's pretty good actually. So I guess it's time to ramble about multiple stuff again.
Hooray!
So I guess I'll start off with what I just saw on Tumblr. So have you ever heard of Sasquatch?
No.
Well,
I have not.
Sasquatch the Official is someone who, on Tumblr and basically lots of social media, they're basically doing a lot of stuff with the Eddsworld fandom, and it's kind of, it's not good. There's actually, like, an imaginary, thing to make sure they, like, aren't in it, because it's because of the shipping thing, you know, the comic that recently came out, which some people think Paulus Bill...
Me so much, like, even, like, Polis Bill, I don't know how to pronounce that.
I just say Paulus, I don't really know.
Polis. Yeah, like, why? It's fictional.
And, like, it doesn't change any of the episodes, like, I don't know.
It's like, would people leave the Tom Scar fandom if Tom Scar just, like, started, I don't know.
Shipping ass stuff characters.
Yeah.
Like, well, I mean, I guess that's kind of different because every Astaf character, like, you don't really know which one's the same or not. Like, I don't know.
That would make for a good joke, actually, but...
I consider, like, every character that has the same voice, I guess. I don't know. Astaf is weird.
Yeah.
But basically, Sasquatch is a big Ed x Laurel shipper, and he or she is really nasty about it. The way I've seen it, I think it's a girl, but like basically they like to pause frames in Eddsworld where it looks like something's happening, but it's not, and they're like confirmed. And they posted a comic today. They stole someone's art. I'm not really sure who. I think it's Tommy Bear. And they made a really nasty comic about Laurel calling Ed. I don't really know, but basically everyone's pretty much against them at this point.
Well, fair enough. I mean, stealing. Can't steal things.
The comic is weird. It's about Laurel calling Ed, saying it's a character from Ice Age marrying Laurel, and Ed gets mad, something, but like the art isn't there, so everyone's like, what are you doing right now?
I don't even know how to respond to that. That's just weird.
The fan, like, it's really weird, like, because someone, I think, I forgot their name, someone, their first, it's like Cotton Serenity, I think, is how you pronounce it, I don't really remember, but, they started a, fandom 2.0 for anyone who doesn't care about shipping. So if you don't care about the shipping, you're in the 2.0 fandom, I guess.
This whole thing is just extremely overblown. It's like worse than the Eddsworld Yowie.
Right, you're right, yeah, like, I don't, like, what is even the big deal? Like, when he put it in the tags, like, this is canon now, you can't stop me, like, it's not like that was really a big deal, like, it didn't matter, really. Even if it is canon, the comic shows that it wasn't recent.
Who cares anyway? I mean, it's like...
Laurel is only in one episode, like, she's not even a major character, really.
Does she even have a personality?
Like, she made an appearance in Random Bits, and then she was, like, a main character in Movie Makers. That was it, really.
There you go, I mean...
And then people are finding pictures of the real Laurel and stuff. I don't even know.
The fandom, you.
I don't even know if the real Laurel remembers being on the show in the first place.
Just the fandom. Stop getting involved in people's personal
Like, why does it matter? Like,
who cares? Like, I will watch Eddsworld. I will watch Tom Scar. I will watch... like, go up to Tom Scar's house, knock his door down, and just throw a fan art at him.
Like, oh no, how dare you ship the Alec Trains kid with Mind Turtle. Oh, God, actually, that'd be kind of wrong anyway. I didn't really know where to go. But like, yeah, it's not even a big deal. On another note about the show, though, Vicky
Yeah,
Gold, I don't know, Gold. She's been getting a lot of attention for being on the show, and I think it's kind of good, actually.
I mean, I guess so.
Mirror Mirror it's pretty okay, actually. I liked it. The animation is like amazing.
It reminded me a lot of the Ricky Gervais show, which is another podcast.
Yeah.
Podcast within the podcast.
Like she has like a Ren and Stimpy style.
I will always just think of Ricky Gervais when I watch it because, yes,
I really liked the Elseworld characters.
Yeah, it's pretty decent, I guess. I mean,
I think the character designs were okay. Like when Paul drew it, I think they looked pretty cool. But then the way Sandra, like, she animated it really well. But the way they look, like, Elle is really, it's the same design. It's just that there's like eyelashes and something in the back. Really, like, well, I guess the figure, but like I don't know. But I thought it was a good short. It was really anticipated, so a lot of people are like, I waited so long just for this, but like it wasn't even meant to be that big of a deal anyway.
it's like, shut up, people, shut up, YouTube commenters. You don't know how long animation takes.
I have not noticed one single error. Actually, there's only one error I noticed, and it's the ghost demon thing. Like, some of the lines overlap, but like there's no animation errors in that, I think.
Well, it is of like such a high quality that it would have taken ages.
Now that I think about it, like I think they changed the theme song because or the theme like tune, because in Power Red I thought they just changed it just for that episode for like the superpower feel, but then it's like the same in Mirror Mirror, like it's backwards, but I feel like that's gonna be like the actual theme now. I think they just changed it for that season.
Like, Tom can still write Eddsworld, like stuff like the Fun Dead, the longer episodes, but the shorts don't feel Eddsworld-y.
Yeah, like he's good at doing. Yeah, you're right. He's good at doing the long ones, but like the shorts are just kind of like the writing style. It was too fast paced. Like everything happened at once.
Like, I didn't get half the stuff. Why is there a demon in the box?
It was also really random. I to this day I still don't know how Tom turned into a monster in Power Red, or even if he was the monster. Like,
I assumed he was.
I thought with like the radioactive punch from Eduardo, I thought that's what caused it, but now I don't really know.
Yeah, it's like the monster was also in Crash Sim. So what? Just Tom. Who is monster? Where did come from? Monster where?
The thing I noticed is that Crash Zoom was actually written a bit better. Like, I know they're different shows and they have different types of humor, and I'm kind of happy about that because Tom, like, he wants to make his own show, and I think if he wants to write it how he wants to, I think he should do that, and I thought it turned out pretty good. But I realized the writing was a bit better than Mirror Mirror, and I don't know if that's because he tried to make it different, or like the scripts were written at different times, or if he just cared more about Crash Zoom. Like, I don't know.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah.
Overall, Mirror Mirror was okay. It was a good short.
Yeah. Hide and Seek, though. So many levels of wrong on that.
I'll never get over like the hair, on how much hair they had. Like, it was so long. Like Matt's hair.
It was well animated, but it was like, why?
I like the art style. Just like I've noticed the reoccurring theme. Like, I realized that every newer episode, there's always like a boss battle type thing. Like, there's always like a big creature or something they have to face. Like, they can't just do normal stuff, I guess. I don't know.
I found the entire concept like hard to buy into. Like, you go into the fridge, you find food creatures. It almost seemed like a version of the animated movie Food Fight.
Right, yeah.
Oh no, you can't compare Eddsworld to Food Fight. What have I done?
Well, like
Have you ever seen a food fight?
I think I've heard of it.
Oh dear. You just do not even.
I might have seen it
It's like
somewhere on Tumblr.
Toy Story, but with product placement. Like, it's a super. Like, the story makes no sense anyway, but it's like supermarket closes at night, and like the supermarket aisles become a city,
What?
and the icons of the products become people. What?
What the heck? Wait.
Yeah, no one gets it.
Hide and seek kind of reminded me of Adventure Time, really.
Nah, Hide and Seek is definitely Food Fight by Larry Kasanoff. It's
I've
definitely.
never seen anything from it. It sounds really weird.
It's literally just like a film made of broken motion capture and horrifying character models.
Of course.
Still, nothing is quite disturbing as the film Where the Dead Go to Die.
I haven't even seen that. I haven't heard of that either.
You don't want to, like, even if you look at the trailer, that's enough to, like, close your laptop and just run out upstairs screaming nope.
I'm
You just can't,
tempted now.
just don't do it. Don't do it. Actually, do it, because
What is it called?
Where the Dead Die.
Where the Dead
Just look at
Go
image.
Die.
Just
Oh, jeez.
images. Just look on
Nostalgia
Google
Critic
Images for
trailer.
it.
Oh, just the images. He got a 4.5 out of 10 by IMDb.
It's horrifying.
There's like this. Oh, this looks like a PS2 like game.
But it's disturbing. Ooh, like, I don't know if it's.
This thing has one eye.
Oh my god.
Like, there's like this giant like creature. Like I don't even know what's happening. Like there's so many different things. Why is there fan art? Okay, Steven Universe for some
Watch
reason.
the trailer. Just do it. Watch the trailer.
I might just do that right now.
I doubt you can do that. You watch the full movie.
Just the images are freaking me out. There's one called the Better trailer, but it looks sarcastic. I don't even want to watch this now that I'm looking at everything.
Yeah, it is. I tried watching the full movie just now.
There's like a really badly animated like cut in eyeball character or something.
Yeah, it's disturbing. Like, I don't even know if it's intentionally disturbing or not, but it's.
This came out in 2012. I thought this was like really old, like 2004.
I didn't even know either.
This looks horrifying actually.
Like,
Why did they make this? What the heck?
it's purposely badly animated just to make it more horrifying.
There's so much fan art. Like why?
I don't like make to disturb people. Maybe it's like a government experiment.
Is this live action or animated? There's so many different results. It's like there's like 2D animation, there's some 3D, then there's like real people. Courage the Cowardly Dog. There's this weird spider crab lady.
It's a horror
I don't
film.
really know what that is.
Yeah, the original
Someone made
trailer
a Sonic version
is
of
just.
it. That's cool. There's so many different things right now, like the Walking Dead game, My Little Pony, a train.
What? Are you looking at the right thing? What are you actually on right now?
I searched on Where the Dead Go to Die, and it's just like there's like the wiki.
Just watch the trailer.
And
It'll make a bit more sense.
I'm kind of scared to do that, but
Trust me, if you can make at least the first minute of it, you get a gold medal.
well, there's Where the Dead Go to Die trailer, and then there's the Better trailer. But I feel like the Better trailer is like a sarcastic version of it, so I'm gonna watch the original.
The better trailer is probably better. I mean, that's the one I watched. I don't even dare watch the original trailer.
a group of troubled children living on the same block are haunted by a dog named Libby who brings them on a surreal. What is this? It doesn't have a rating. It's not rated.
Yeah, I don't do any.
Oh, it's not even on YouTube. It's only on no. Oh, what is that? I don't even like this. Oh my lord!
Like, I would rather watch
Okay,
The
this looks like a
Exorcist
video game
than
of some
having to.
sort. Everything on the game, like everything on this website is in Spanish, and then there's like a related video that says the masks that the monsters wear, and it looks like it's made by the same people.
I don't even know what you've gotten yourself into, but
I'm kind of scared.
do not watch the full film. Trust me, I tried to watch the first half hour. Just no.
The trailer is obnoxiously loud. Like, I don't even know.
Did you trailer?
I watched like the first 10 seconds and I got really uncomfortable.
Yeah, I don't think it's suitable for anyone to watch ever.
I don't really know why they even made it. Like, so terrible.
It was intended to be a comedy as well.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah, it was intended to be a comedy film, but they turned it into this for some reason.
It looks so weird. Like, I feel like this looks like a Silent Hill game.
The Silent Hill is less scary. Like,
True. I don't think I've ever seen anything like. Oh my god. It's horrifying.
I have seen more disturbing things actually. My friend who linked me to this YouTube channel. The stuff on there.
Do you remember what it's called?
I'm not gonna like tell you what it is purely for your own safety.
Oh well. Thank you. I guess I don't even.
You don't want to. It's like it's worse than Where the Dead Go to Die. Just like imagine that 10 times more disturbing.
I probably can't do that, or I'll probably die like thinking about it. I don't know. But that reminds me, there actually is a channel. I saw this photo on Instagram. My friend sent me a thing, and it said, "Do you want to be creeped out? Go to a channel called Marble Hornets." I just realized that we're promoting many things right now, but basically, this channel called Marble Hornets, and I went to it, and it's kind of like. I only seen a few, but it's like 80 something videos, and some of them are really short, some of them are really long, and it's basically like a documentary of these people who they have many encounters with Slenderman, and it's fake because the people who made the Slender the 8 Pages, they went to the people who make Marble Hornets and asked them to help write it. And the game that me and Trent played that one day, the thing I recorded of me and Trent playing, but that was the game we were playing, is like the Marble Hornets Slender game. And it's pretty creepy. Like, it's fake, but just the way that they filmed it, it looks kind of really creepy.
The stuff on this channel, which I won't name because... Tell you what, I will link it to you to just one of the videos at some point, like after this podcast is over.
Kind of sounds really disturbing, actually, just thinking about it. Like there's so many weird things on YouTube. What can be weird to that point?
There's a playlist on the channel, and it's just filled with videos of pigs getting slaughtered.
Oh my god.
That's one of the playlists on the channel.
One of them, meaning there's more. Okay. Why would there's some YouTube channels that are just unexplainable. Like, it's not even comedy. Like, it's not even for, like, a funny purpose. They just have it there. Like, who is uploading it?
Do you remember that thing I showed you, that YouTube channel that was made for kids, but was, like, really disturbing?
I think so.
Oh, God. Just why? A YouTube channel run by AI can never do any good.
Right.
Hello, I am AI. Welcome.
It's exactly, they don't, I hate those channels that don't use real voices. Like, there was this one video called, it was, like, the origin story of Phineas and Ferb, and, it was basically telling like this creepypasta about how in real life Candace was a real person who had like this disease, but it was all like spoken in like
Google.
text. Yeah, it was terrible. It's creepy.
Hello. Today I am here to read you a creepy pasta.
And then they had this weird like upbeat music. Like it wasn't creepy music, it was really upbeat, which made it even creepier.
Oh, some of the stuff on creepypasta. My friend Jacob also wrote a creepypasta himself, which was actually like pretty good actually.
Oh, what was it about?
It was like a house on a hill, and the kid would pass it every day to school, and there'd be this man by the window, and every day he walked past, the face would slowly become more deformed,
Oh, geez, that sounds creepy.
and then one day he just becomes so disturbed, right? He just locks himself in his room, and he just writes the story of what happened over and over again, and like it's amazing. Like for his first creepypasta, it gives me a sense
Disturbing.
of,
It gets creative, but oh my god.
yeah. I mean, see these really bad creepypastas like, oh, I got to yard sale. I found very old Mario game, and it yeah, it a hyper realistic blood.
That like the
It
only good video game creepypasta I've read was like there's actually two of them. I think they were both about no, one of them was Ben Drowned. The other
oh
one
that
it was about
good.
Grand Theft Auto, I think. It was about this like these guys who basically it was like this group of kids on PlayStation and they all played Grand Theft Auto 4 together all the time. And basically,
Yeah.
like one of them, he was really like depressed, I guess, and he was like really sad and like he needed help. And and they didn't know him in real life, or they did, but he was so far away they couldn't do anything about it. So they just had to convince his parents to help him. So basically, I don't know who this was written by, but I think it was just called like the Ghost of GTA 4. I don't really remember, but the airport in GTA 4 it has lots of ramps and stuff. GTA 4 is like one of the first open world games I've like enjoyed. So I know like the whole city, which is kind of weird. But like
I think you have told me about this before. And there's like the ghost child.
no. Basically the kid that they played with who was like depressed, his little brother got on and he was like he jumped off of something. He committed suicide and they were like, "Oh no, that's not good." And a few months go by, and everyone's like, "All right, I'm going to bed." And this kid who's like telling the story is the only one like awake. And I guess everyone kept getting messages from the dead kid's account, and they kept thinking it was his brother. But then the account joined the game, and it went to like a tall building, and it just continuously jumped off, and then it just left. And like, I guess it has a creepy sense to it, but like, it's also really cliche. Like, I don't
Well,
know.
I mean, it's not totally unbelievable. Like, you get the sense it could just be this kid's brother.
Yeah, that's what they said for most of it. But then, I forgot what it was, but like something happened to where like the little brother couldn't like he had no access to it. I forgot what the excuse was, but like they were like it can't be the brother if this is the case. But I forgot.
It's actually like the middle of the night where I am, so this is just like creeping me out as hell.
Same. I mean, it's 8 here, but like I don't know. Like my closet does not close all the way. I have this big closet right next to me, and I'm just like, okay.
Yeah. One of the
Really
creepiest pastas I've ever read would have to be Pokemon Black.
Oh, what's that?
Where you just like start off, it's like Pokemon Red, and you get a Pokemon called Ghost, and what it will actually do is it will actually kill the Pokemon. And by the end of the game, if you like win, it will cut to 20 years later, and instead of all the people and the Pokemon, there's just gravestones everywhere.
Oh.
And then your character has to finally face like your own Pokemon, and eventually kills you, and it kills everyone. It's well written, but I've made it sound terrible.
Well,
So
I get it. It actually sounds kind of creepy.
yeah, I mean, creepypastas. Uh, one of the other things was the burger creepypasta, which was that was one of the weirdest. Like, it was the most unbelievable one. Like, you know that could never happen in real life, but it was still really disturbing.
Right. Yeah.
It was like, oh, da 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 da. It's like in the form of a diary.
Oh
It's
yeah, those.
it's like this kid, and he's like, oh, well, I was just walking down to the supermarket, and there's like this new product, and it's like written in some foreign language, and like all the people in the kid's town start eating it, and I don't even know. Like, the stuff they're eating is described as being horrible looking and disgusting, and they just keep eating it, and the people's heads start, like, I don't know, swelling up, and then
Oh.
burst open, and oh no.
I keep thinking of 1999. Have you ever
Oh,
read that or heard of it before?
my friend Lewis always tells me to read it, but I've never got round to it.
Well, this is actually the most believable one I've read. It's actually like one of the most like known out there, but like it's basically it's about this kid who lives in Canada. I think it's around Ontario, and there's this channel called Kaelden21, I think. And when he was little, he used to watch like Pokemon at like 10, and his dad kept like changing the channel because there was something else that came on. And after a few years, he got his own TV, which he was happy about, but it didn't have the channel with Pokemon on it or something like that. And there was this one channel, and it kept playing really low budget, messed up shows. But every like show, it was kind of like the same thing. One of the shows was called Mr. Bear's Cellar, and it was really messed up. It was basically like this bear costume that would like have kids come into like his quote unquote chamber and like just do like kid stuff like they do on Barney. Like, I don't really know. Then there was another show called Booby, and there was this hand, and it's not, there's no googly eyes, it's just a hand, and it basically he was like teach kids lessons and stuff like about drugs. I don't really know if I'm fully telling this right. I'm just from memory. But basically every like show had the same setting. But the thing that made it believable is that like nothing happened and nothing written in the story is impossible. Like, it is possible it could have happened. And then the thing was, it wasn't even written as a creepypasta. Like, it was a blog. Like, someone made a blog about this, and they would like update it every few months. And then the only way it became a creepypasta is because it was so creepy. People just added it to creepypasta stuff, and that's how it became one. And it's still going on to this day, I think, maybe. And basically, he found out that there was like really messed up stuff about this channel, but it was really believable and creepy. And there's a blog about it somewhere. And I keep thinking of that Nickelodeon show, Mr. Meaty.
Oh no! You had to go and remind me of that, didn't you,
That
Mr.
was
Meaty?
Awful. Like, I'm so glad that it got taken off the air. Like, parents were complaining because of how like disturbing it was.
Like, why is that okay for kids? Like, that's okay for Adult Swim, but
Right.
you're literally showing this guy eating pizzas on a Nickelodeon
They
kid
actually
show.
put that in the show, and then there was like a show where he ate a worm or something, like voluntarily.
Oh no!
There was lots of weird episodes, and
Uh,
they made like the ugliest puppets, and it was disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, one of the creepiest kid shows I ever had watched growing up was Gruesome Tale. Not, I don't know what it was called. Creepy Tales for Gruesome Kids or something.
Oh,
And
I haven't heard of it.
it was like teaching kids lessons. Like, I don't know. I suppose it was like cautionary tales. Like, don't be a
Yeah.
basically. But somehow it managed to be so creepy because the kids would always die at the end. Like, can they put that? Can they put that on CITV?
Is that legal?
Children-
Wait.
Like, yeah, it's alright if you're gonna do a cautionary tale, but stop killing children, please.
They did. Wait, did they do it as if they had like an obsession, like of doing it? Like they just did it every episode?
No, it was like, oh, well, this kid, doodles in library books. So he gets turned into a tree, which gets cut down and turned into a book.
So
So,
basically, he just kept over exaggerating everything so kids wouldn't do bad things.
yeah. I mean, it was like, oh, this kid watches TV, so he gets put in an oven and blown up.
I
Why?
I mean, like, it has a good purpose, but like they had to do all that and everything, make it weird. Like,
It's alright if you're gonna tell like a tale to make kids behave, but really threatening them with death?
like
Really?
I feel like the kids would be more like traumatized not to do anything ever.
Um, it was like this kid wouldn't eat pasta, so he got killed and turned into pasta. What
I
about
just
kids who
wonder
are
how many.
allergic to
Right.
like? Oh yeah, you better eat your pasta. Like I know you're allergic to it, but if you don't eat that pasta, you're gonna die. No,
I
that's
wonder
not
how
how.
many kids are out there today, like who grew up watching that and are just like every time they do something to like, my God, because they were just like, that's what they know because they were told that if they did that, they would probably die in a very violent way.
Oh yeah, you better eat your pasta, otherwise the spaghetti man's gonna turn you into
I
lasagna.
can just imagine like a mom just like, okay, it's time to eat. It's like, oh, what are we having? It's like pasta, and then the kid's like, man, I better eat this pasta before I explode or something. Just like staring at it with like determination.
50 years later, it's just a bald, middle-aged man just still eating the pasta, just in
He's probably
case.
just still staring at it, like pondering, like, should I eat this or am I gonna die?
Oh god, like he has to eat the pasta. He's been sat there for 50 years. Oh no, he's just got to eat this pasta for the rest of his life.
And then his mom's just like, "Are you okay?" It's like, I don't know anymore.
His mum's just a skeleton in the corner.
That would
Oh,
be really disturbing, like tale.
that would probably. I wonder if they actually made that into an episode of Grizzly Tales for Gruesome Kids.
Like that'd just be so. And then there's like those kids out here. It's like, or maybe there are kids who were influenced by everything, and then say they're at the library at school, and some kid next to them is doodling in a book. Do they look at the kid and be like, "You're gonna die"? Like
Turn into a tree.
they're
You're
probably
going to be turned.
they start to like plan on murdering their friend for like drawing in a book. It's like, oh my God. There's kids who have grown up with that show, and now they're just like, oh my God.
That's a fair point, and they still air this show to this day.
If anyone out there has watched this, please stop.
Please stop murdering kids and turning them into books, please.
It's really messed up, actually.
I can just imagine that, like, this little kid's always being told by his mum, eat your pasta, and he's just like, oh, I gotta eat my pasta, or the spaghetti man's gonna turn me into, I don't know, lasagna or whatever, spaghetti. 40 years later, it hits him. He's an old man. He's an old man. He's been set there for 40 years, just eating pasta his entire life.
Who came into the board meeting and was like, let's make this a show, like, let's make this a thing?
In all fairness, it has got like one of my favorite actors in it, but that's the only redeeming quality.
Well, like, even before they casted everyone, just who had the idea, like, let's just make a show where it's like, we're gonna teach kids some lessons, but then, like, violently kill all of them off at the end.
Terrify kids into obeying everything their parents tell them to.
There's probably, like, it's probably made by, like, a group of, like, 3 people in, like, a basement. Like, I don't even know. It's so weird.
The basement full of children.
Yes. They're not
Child
even
slave.
being paid, though. Like, they're not being paid. It's just they're being held against their will. It's like, we need money.
And then the police have the audacity to arrest you for keeping child slaves.
Right.
Oh dear.
I don't know. How did this come up? We were talking. What were we originally talking about? It was Oh yeah, creepy YouTube channels. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really
Uh,
weird.
have to link you to that Meat channel. I don't. That's pretty much what it's called. But you won't be able to find it just by searching the meat channel into Google because it's very well hidden.
That's
Well, it's not.
probably probably a bunch of like cooking shows are gonna come up.
Yes, absolutely.
So like I don't creepy like there's stuff on YouTube that's just unexplainable. Like it's so weird.
Oh, there's some really weird websites on the internet.
That reminds me of the I saw it was a list of websites by Matthew Santoro about the it was like the top 15, I think, or top 10 creepiest websites or something.
He hasn't even gone to the deep web. Have you heard of the deep web?
Yeah, I was just about to bring that up actually.
Deep web is like the internet that Google doesn't let you see. Like, this is not a joke. This is not meant to be taken lightly, but on the deep web, you can literally pay to have a live stream of someone murdering another human being.
Right? And there's like
that was a bit of a throwaway reaction.
Like,
literally watch live murders, and you're just like, yep, okay.
well,
cool.
because I remember hearing that, like, it's someone, I heard a story, someone made, like, a drug deal over the deep web, and, like, they ended up dying? I don't know.
The deep web, like...
It's
also,
no joke, it's serious, it's scary.
If you don't use a proxy, and you try and access the deep web, the FBI will be on your tail in, like, 20 minutes.
If anyone's watching this, like, really late at night, I apologize.
Oh, we're recording this, like, I am recording this late at night, so...
It's getting dark out for me, I guess.
It's the middle of the night for me, so... I mean, but yeah. Like, anyone here, don't use the deep web, like...
Please.
It may sound like an interesting thing, but you don't want the FBI on your tail.
There's going to be one person watching this like, maybe I shouldn't, and then the idea will get to them and be like,
No, we've caused someone to be captured by the FBI. They'll be sent back to Area 51.
And then on that same list, there was a list of like website. It was a website where you can see like a list of audio files of like helicopter and plane crashes and stuff.
There's also a website where you can rate other people's feces, which is
right.
Good for people who have like fetish for feces, but I don't want to be looking at that. No.
Like, I actually remember sending you a website on that list. It was, I remember I was like, it was like the forever loading website, like it never stops loading, and I was like, look at this thing someone made for Oddheads or something, and you were like, it's just what is this?
You got me.
I remember that, it was like a month ago, I think.
Yeah, you got me with that one.
I honestly didn't know if something scary was gonna pop up, so I was like, let's just hope that does not happen.
Have you ever heard of Agario? That, like, game where you bounce around as dots?
If you type in Agorio, it's like a screamer, right?
Yeah, that seriously, like, actually got me. Like, I don't scream at screamers, I just sort of jump out my chair a bit. But still, that is gonna give someone a heart attack. Why is that fine?
Also, epilepsy, because it flashes so much.
Yeah, it has actually been giving off epilepsy. People who made Agorio, please don't do that. Just like innocent little Jimmy could make a mistake. He's like, oh yes, I am off to Agorio. Oh, and then he accidentally types Agorio, and now little Jimmy's dead.
It's like, Jimmy, are you okay? What are you doing? Susan, take him to the hospital. He's dead, Gerald.
No, Jimmy. Oh,
that would be like the saddest thing. Is like, what happened? He made a typo. Oh, that's the saddest story of all time.
Oh, Jimmy. Death by typo.
Like, I actually I was on Facebook, and it was a screenshot of a Tumblr post, and it was like, warning, if you want to play this game, please do not type an O. And even if you Google it, like, don't even Google it, because it'll just, if you type into Google, like, the search engine, if you type in Agor, like, .io, like, it'll still just take you to it.
Why?
Don't even Google search it. Like, just don't Google search it because I don't know. Like, there's a chance it might just take you to the results, or it might just directly take you to the website.
Yeah, I
Don't
mean,
do that.
uh, on on the flip side, I mean, death by typo would look pretty funny on your death certificate. Like everyone could have a good laugh at that.
That'd be kind of messed up, actually. It's just like, huh, this kid died. Oh, how? Oh, he typed in the wrong letter in the, search engine.
Oh dear.
That'd be actually like, I don't know, like, just why would
One
you
of
even make the website?
the ways to die, like alongside with the guy who just fell off an exercise bike and hit his head on the floor. Like not even like a moving bicycle, just a stationary exercise bike. He just fell off, hit his head.
Wow.
Fragile.
Just
And then there was like the kid who like threw a bouncy ball at the wall and it just bounced back and it fell down his throat and he choked. Like
hit down his throat.
yeah. That that's seriously unlucky and also very sad. Like why?
That's one of the most unluckiest things I've ever heard. Like, how do you manage? How?
I guess pure luck. Like you throw a ball at the wall, if it bounces back because it's a bouncy ball. I guess you just got a lucky shot.
I mean, that's actually really sad. Like, how do you did? I mean, I would imagine it would be bigger than like you can just you. When I hear bouncy ball, like, I think the smallest I can think of is like the ones. It's like bigger than your mouth, so you'd have to like put effort in order if you wanted to choke on it.
No, it's like golf ball sized.
Oh, jeez.
So it's not like I'm trying to think of like an American sport I can compare it to.
Baseball? No, that's too that's too big.
It's not like he's trying to swallow a hockey puck. He's not throwing a hockey puck at the wall and just bounced back into his mouth.
All right. That's more of a Canadian sport, I think.
I know, but it was like the first thing that I could
Right.
think.
Yeah, but like that's I don't know. It's really messed up.
It's not a football. I don't even know how you would get a football down your throat. Unless you're Arnold from Hey Arnold, you cannot swallow a football.
Or like Stewie Griffin.
Yeah. Like, why is his head even like that?
Well,
Like,
I remember Seth MacFarlane actually got in a little bit of I think he got into like a little bit of trouble because there was another character who was like a baby genius whose head was shaped like a football. I forgot what happened, but yeah.
yeah, I mean, Family Guy, that episode with them in the vault, that was weird.
That was weird. I was on Netflix one night because I don't. This is gonna sound really dumb, but my favorite movie at the moment is The Interview, the one that got banned in almost every state at first.
I didn't. I was at a shop in New York when I was on holiday there, and I saw it. I saw like a whole rack of The Interview.
Of course, because like it was the movie is about two guys who are basically.
What it's about, like, I have heard of it. It looks pretty good, actually. Like, I would have bought it, but no.
Well, it's my favorite movie because of the line of humor. And, like, and obviously not the fact that they're trying to kill a real human being, but, like, just the jokes that they make sometimes. Like, in the movie, Kim is, like, portrayed as a really nice guy, and I think that's funny. So, but I was on Netflix, and I watched The Interview, and I was like, okay, that was fun. I guess time to watch Family Guy. And I stumbled across this episode. I'm like, Brian and Stewie, like, what do they do in the episode? So I just watched it. No music, like, barely any sound effects, no cutaway gags. And then the ending was just like the vault opens and then just like silent credits. And it was really depressing. Like, I was like, what was this episode? Like, what even is this?
Quickly go back to watching The Interview. Quick.
I tried showing it to Robert one night. We were on Netflix. And he, I was like, I really need to show you this Family Guy episode, which is, it wasn't necessarily creepy, just the way that it came out was creepy. Like, it wasn't scheduled to be that creepy of an episode, I think. And the entire, like, before it even got to the end, Robert skipped through half of it because he didn't think it was creepy enough. And I was like, wait till the ending. But we didn't get to the ending because, I don't know, he thought it was really boring, I guess.
Another disturbing Family Guy one is the one where, like, everyone Peter Griffin touches becomes Robin Williams.
Right.
Like, even his family becomes Robin Williams. And at the end, he's just cut his hands off, and he's got, like, a crowd full of Robin Williams, and he's just put the outfits of his family onto them. It's kind of weird.
I just remembered back when Brian Griffin got quote unquote killed off. There was actually a rant I watched. Someone went off on the creators of Family Guy. They were like, "Why would you kill Brian? He was such an important character. Like, you know, you're lucky I even watched the show, but I don't really know if I'm going to anymore." And people got like tattoos and like quotes for him. But then they brought him back 2 episodes later. So
I knew that was coming, like, already. People who didn't see that coming, I pity, because it's, like, obvious they wouldn't just kill off an important character for no reason.
And then the thing was, everyone was like, "Oh, they listened to the fans, so they brought Brian back." But you can't animate an episode within that fast of a time. Like, they didn't just change their mind mid-season. Like, they obviously already had that scheduled.
It was a prank. It was a social experiment.
Oh no.
Family Guy have become Sam Pepper.
Now that a lot of YouTube experimenters or like pranks or whatever, it's really messed up. Like, there's what is it, like overboard humor. He just like goes around and like says stuff to people. Like, I mean, it's funny when it's not too weird, but oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, Tom Scar did a pretty accurate sketch on it. Like, it's fine.
So many people took that seriously.
It's fine to do pranks, but why you can't go too far? Like, I know Tom Scar intended it as a comedy video, but it does.
It's a good example.
It shows a deeper meaning. Like, pranks are fine when they're for fun, but like in the video, the character was shown as like interrupting a wedding proposal, like important moments in people's lives, and you can't just be pulling pranks every moment of the day.
Knowing Tom, like, knowing who Tom is, like, reading those comments it was terrible. Everyone was like, "Oh, this guy is such a jerk. Why would he do that?" Like, I'm like, do you know what channel you're on?
Yeah, it's like obviously a joke, but it's like the stuff Rage 19 makes, which is pretty. It's funny sometimes, but also very deep.
Right.
There's like this video called Hey Smile, where a man walks up to a depressed guy and is like, "Hey, smile." Depressed guy just walks over to a guy with no legs and he's like, "Hey, walk."
Oh man.
It shows it really does mean, like,
that's so true though. That's messed up. It's not messed up. Like, it's a good insight, I guess.
Insightful. Like, asking a depressed person to smile is like asking a legless person to walk.
Like that's, yeah, it's like shooting someone and being like, "Stop bleeding, please."
Yeah. Oh, but then, like, sometimes he'll just, like, make comedy videos, and it's like, back to normal, I guess.
Rage 19 is a pretty... I don't watch much of his channel, but I do watch a lot of videos he animates for other people.
I will watch most of his original content because it's either funny or meaningful, and
he makes a lot of cool videos for Jack's Films.
What? Oh yeah, I heard about that. I've really watched Jack's Films that much.
He's currently making Your Grammar Sucks 100, which he makes YAI, which stands for Yesterday I Asked You.
I watch that, like, occasionally, just to see if anything I put on there was on there. I want my 5 seconds of fame. Come on.
And like his Rage, I actually like his videos that Rage 19 animated, like the Avengers one. I think it was Batman vs Superman.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that. Like, I'll only watch like a few of his videos. I am not subscribed.
It was like a really sarcastic version of it. It was like Batman and Superman. They were just like like Superman put Batman in a headlock, and Batman was just like, geez, stop.
Oh
It
wow.
was really sarcastic, and then at the end, it's like Wonder Woman shows up. She's like, "I am Wonderful Woman. We need to stop fighting." But it's like the most sarcastic video.
It does sound pretty funny.
It was
I'll
funny.
give.
Like the animation was funny. Like there's a lot of tweening, but like it works so well. I think
I
you
don't
should tween if
know
it's
if
sarcastic.
Batman versus Superman is going to be an actual thing because Superman has laser vision. You can just melt Batman's skin.
Like as long as they make money, it's gonna be good to them.
But why? Like, Superman could literally just defeat pretty much anyone in 5 seconds flat.
Right, but then they're gonna make like a huge plot behind it, and then they're gonna make it complicated and everything.
Batman has anti-laser armor.
Whoa.
Batman has anti-Superman armor.
That reminds me of the new Crash Zoom episode.
I have anti-air armor. How do you breathe?
I actually really do like Crash Zoom a lot. Like, it's inspiring to make like more videos on my channel.
Mm.
I mean, Crash Zoom, like, I feel happy watching it because I know how happy Tom is making it. He says there's like a lot of secrets and like stuff, and when people make like, you know, when they guess like certain stuff about like the universe and everything, like it makes him happy because he's like, I guess there's like a lot of deep stuff behind it. I guess.
Hidden story. Oh no.
He actually, Matt at one of the Comic Cons, I think, he brought up that Tom has an animated universe called the Turboverse, and it involves a lot of animated series. Ed's World and Crash Zoom are both in that universe. I'm 100% positive that Bumming Crew is in it because they even confirmed that Bumming Crew and Ed's World are in the same universe.
What about Hellbenders? I'm sure they were in Edgeworld too. So
They were in Bumming Crew. They were in Ed's World. Their like shirts are seen in Fun Dead and Mirror Mirror.
I mean, I guess.
And like basically, there was a show he had planned called Zach. Like it was just the name of the show, and one of the characters knows Tom from Ed's World, and he's like basically like the story of how he is, and like his eyes. They are eyes, but they're just black. But it's not because of his parents. There's like a story behind it, I guess.
I wish we all knew, but I'm pretty sure Tom doesn't have eyes in Edgeworld. Like you see him rub his eyes, and they just go into his head. So
well, I thought that at first, but Matt even said he was like, Tom does have eyes. Like we can't stress that enough. They're just black. I was like, oh.
That's really contradicting with like what's actually shown.
Right.
Then
there's so much continuity in that show. Like I remember Ed was supposed to draw a pineapple, but instead he drew a watermelon for Tom's dad in 25 Feet Under the Sea. And when they did it in Fun Dead, everyone was like, "You did it wrong," but like Ed was the one who drew the wrong fruit in the first place.
Ed drew the wrong fruit.
Like, everyone was like, did you know that you got his parents wrong? And Tom was like, no. The original script for 25 Feet Under the Sea said it was a pineapple, but Ed drew the wrong fruit.
Ed drew the wrong fruit. Never in my life have I said that and meant that.
I don't think anyone has ever really said that before.
Oh, gee. Well, Edgeworld doesn't really have continuity. Like, in like the start of Edgeworld, like if you go back and read, I don't know, Edgeworld 2002 comics, it's like, oh, David? Who the hell's David?
Right.
And there's like Edgeworld building, this massive tower block building.
I cannot wait for Edgeworld the movie only for that reason because Mark, he actually is putting classic Edgeworld in it and modern. Like there's the modern one where there's 3 guys who live in the house and they go on adventures, but then there's like the old one where it's like Ed, Tom, and Tord in this like production building or something.
What happened to the production building? Like it just seemed to disappear.
The series was like it was about three guys who went to work and made comics and stuff, but then over time he basically wanted to take what the characters were making and make that instead.
So, originally, Eddsworld was an animated series and a comic series about animated characters making comics that are the actual comics featured on the internet. And, confusingness.
It's like, they, in Eddsworld Christmas Special 2004, they're like sleeping in the building because when Santa comes, they're like, oh no, they all wake up. But in the fifth one, in the 2005 edition, they're like, what did you do over the weekend? Meaning they don't live there. So, I don't know.
So much continuity.
Like, it started to make more and more sense over time, and Eddie said that the newer season, I guess it's considered season 9, 8 maybe. Basically everything from the Snogre to the end part 2, they said it's like one big storyline, and like, you know how at the end of Power Ed, Eduardo and like them are like on good like terms.
Yeah, I guess it's going towards something.
Well, Eddie did say that Eduardo was in every episode after Mirror Mirror, but like I guess in the still I saw from Salunatics, Eduardo was like being disrespectful, and I remember the original plan was that it was supposed to be Fun Ed, Mirror Mirror, Salunatics, Power Ed, then the end. So Power Ed was supposed to come out before the end. So I feel like in Salunatics they're still enemies because Salunatics takes place before Power Ed, and then Power Ed is like right before the end.
I guess. I mean, who knows?
Power Ed wasn't supposed to come out until, like, you know, later on down the line, but then he just finished it really fast, so they were like, let's make it after Fun Ed.
I guess so.
I actually remember Tom made a list of, like, stuff he had planned. Some of the stuff on the list never made it, but this was a list of stuff for 2014, and basically, I guess he like made a whole list of like stuff that he'd done that year, and the only one from this world that he accomplished was Fun Ed and Power Ed.
Yeah, I mean, all the videos on his list eventually came out, just not in that year.
And like, Mirror Mirror, like on the wiki page, like it's still going pretty well. Some people are really confused. Like, some people said, like, oh, the real life Matt is seen at the end of Mirror Mirror holding the charity thing, but like that was Eddie.
Yeah, like I thought that was made obvious, but why not?
And then there's this thing going on the wiki that Aaron from Eager was the voice told, but like, no one has sources of that, and they keep like editing it back and forth, like it is Aaron, it's not Aaron. No one even knows if he's even in it.
I doubt it because like I don't. Oh no, because he has been in Eddsworld before, so
that is true. But like I didn't actually. That is true. Like after the comic came out, they added Laurel to the list of like cast members for the end. So not only is Tord rumored, but Laurel is also like a maybe for Lunatics, and a lot of people are like, she's gonna be in the end.
Who minds? I mean, like, I wouldn't mind Tord coming back, and I wouldn't mind like Aaron Hansen voicing him because he's been in Eddsworld before. He's done Eddsworld before. I'm sure he can do it again if he wants. But
he was supposed to help animate Space Face Part 2 originally. He was a part of the collaboration like group.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
It was originally Oni, Psychic Pebbles, Egoraptor, Paul did the storyboard. I think Harry Partridge and I forgot the rest. But that would have been great.
Space Face Part 2 would have been a lot more meaningful had it been done like as a collaboration.
Yeah.
Because it just shows like all these people that have done this for Ed.
Well, the end is like, basically, it's the first ever full episode Paul has done that basically, it was done right. Because with Fun, they sent him just little pieces of audio at a time, then they kept changing stuff. But the end is like the first full episode that he did where they were like, all right, it's real, you can do this time. And it was so fast. Like, he just tweeted, he's like, at the end, part 1 is 70% done. It's like, wow, that was quick. But it's only 5 minutes long, part 1 is, so.
Yeah, I mean, 70% of 5 minutes is like, I don't know, 3.5 minutes maybe?
And, like, I know for a fact that Tord's coming back. Like, and I'm not just saying that, like, oh, I just know. Because, like, Tom in, I think he forgot that he already confirmed it. Like, he says it as if it's, like, not supposed to be revealed, but, like, he already did. Like, in the first update video, he was like, Tord Larson is not coming back, but the Tord character is. He even said that he was. And everyone was like, okay, cool. But then at Comic-Con, people would be like, where's Tord? And he's like, someone was like, where's Tord? And Matt was like, Norway. And Eddie said something about it being a common question. And Tom's like, it won't be a question anymore. And, like, people are like, is Tord coming back? And he's like, I don't know, but, like, he already confirmed that he was. And then, like, yeah.
I'm going to stop you right there. He doesn't actually confirm. He's like, maybe. So,
oh, yeah, you're right. Oh, wait. Hold on, let me... Oh, yeah, there's a transcript thingy. He said... Alright, this is what it says. It says right here, Tord Larson, it will maybe returning to a couple lines, but he is never going to return to the show. The character of him we will see.
But then again, the voice actor may be returning to do a couple lines in an upcoming episode, but overall he is never going to return to the show. The character, however, we will see.
I don't know. Like, he doesn't say like, oh, Tord is coming back. Like, he doesn't make it obvious, but he does say at some point, he's like, we will see him. I don't know if he meant cameo-wise, like he did in Power Red, or if he meant like full role.
I mean, Tord was in the WT future. He like...
I just call that what the future. Like, he was in it. He did return for that one line.
I guess so. So, he has been back. So many contradictions with Ed's world. Like, why does future Ed sound like present Ed?
And, like, why in Power Ed in the flashback he has Tim's voice?
Because I guess, like, I'm gonna go on a win here and just say, I guess the voice changer made his voice go back in time. There, explanation, done, boom.
Oh, you mean, okay, so what you're saying is the voice changer could have changed everything, so that way in history, like, it just completely changed to, like, it's always been that way? I don't know.
I don't know, maybe it was just like, that's how his voice was when he was younger, and they just changed it back to that.
Well, before
Done.
Power Ed came out, I just assumed that the voice changer was only temporary, like, it only went on for a couple of years, and by the time Future Ed came back, it already changed back.
Maybe, that could also work.
But then Power Ed came out, and I was like, oh, okay, never mind then.
Fair enough, I guess.
And then, I saw a really depressing thing on Tumblr, and it really changed my views on WT Future. So basically, someone said, what if Future Ed had, like, succeeded? What if he made it? What if he actually did get on with killing his past self? And it made me think, like, oh my god. And then someone drew a picture of it. It shows future Tom and Matt, and they're like, we're too late. He already did it. And it shows Matt and Tom screaming with, like, tears running down their face, and it shows, like, him on his knees, like, holding his chest with a gunshot, and then the future Ed is, like, slowly disappearing, but he's, like, smirking.
That would be disturbing, like, it would have been interesting had Ed done that, like, it would have been the most unexpected thing anyone would see from Ed's world ever.
Like, just if he did succeed in killing, like, that would prevent everything from that point, like, Hammer and Bale, like, they wouldn't have a 2-floor house anymore, like, everything would just change. Because I remember Ed was the one who said, we should, like, hire builders and get, like, a new floor. No, wait, that was Tom who said that, but still.
Yeah. Uh,
Is that what if like what if like Tom even said he's like there's gonna be soppy moments. We might crush your soul some point later in the series. So like if there is any dark moments, like it's gonna be weird.
uh, the there's slightly ironic moments in What the Future. It's like Tom's like, "Oh, without Ed, it would just be me and you, and that would suck."
I don't even know if Tom and Matt is friends.
Tom and Matt are like friends, I guess.
Matt appeared for like literally half a second in Tom's Cause Day Out 8. So same with Bing.
Yeah, I mean they used to seem like really close friends, but now they're just like, oh,
Like in not WT Future, in Tom's Cause Day Out 8, like when you do see Bing, it looks like he's trying his hardest to not look at Tom. Like he's talking to someone else and Tom's like right there, but he's just like not looking at him. And like all of the videos that Bing was in, Tom like he doesn't credit him at all.
dun dun dun, conspiracy. Bing's not real.
A lot of people were like, "Oh, it's because of Jenny," but like they were friends even after the Jenny thing. So
Conspiracy. Bing's not real. He's just like CGI.
I miss Team Tomska though. That was Tom, Tim, Bing, Jenny, like all of them. It was great.
I must have missed that. Like, I don't think I've heard about that.
Oh, in a lot of their old videos, it was Team Tomska / Bing, and it was just like a group of people. It was I think Matt was in it, Tom, Tim, Bing, Jenny, a few other people.
Yeah.
And like someone else noticed this. Like I had opinions about the newer modern day like part of the show, and I thought I was the only one who thought these things. Tim was like, "Oh, I don't remember doing the voice of like the demon," and someone was like, "That's how you feel when you voice Ed. I mean, you're just paycheck." And I was like, he's kind of right though, because like usually it takes Tim like a day to realize that Edgeworld is. I was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot I did that."
Oh, gee.
Tim only hung out with him one time.
I am gonna point out that someone retweeted one of the Voice of L's tweets. It was like over a year ago. She actually recorded the lines for the character, the female Ed.
Yeah,
so,
I remember she was like, "I'm voicing like the female version of Ed," but like that was like March 2014, I think.
Yeah, so they like recorded the lines like over a year ago.
And it made me think because like if like everyone was like speculating at first, like everyone already kind of knew what Mirror Mirror was about, but there's some people who were just like speculating, but like she confirmed it, nobody just noticed.
Yeah.
And like I tweeted her, I was like, good job on that. Pretty much everyone tweeted her after that. She was like, "You did a good job. What are you gonna return?" She's like, "Oh, if they want me to, I will." And I thought they were gonna like meet each other like through the mirror, but then it didn't happen.
I like how everything in the actual Ed's world universe was the exact opposite. Like the sword wasn't magical, and it was just like donuts in the box.
Even their house was laid out different. Like I'm guessing Eduardo or whatever like lives on the other like side.
There is actually like a picture of female Eduardo on the wall.
I thought that was Anthony Creed. Like I thought that was Creed at first. Like I just saw a quick glance, and I know Creed's character or whatever. He has like kind of longer hair. So as soon as I saw it, I was like, "Oh, it's Creed." But then I looked back at it, and I was like, "Oh,
nope." Yeah.
I know that at first I thought Creed and Tom. I thought they had like a disagreement because Creed just left, but they still talk a lot, and I guess not. I guess he just got like really busy with doing it, I guess.
Yeah, like they've restarted Lunatics so many times.
Yeah, first it was Joshua Palmer, and then Creed, and now it's like someone else.
What if Jalen, it's you?
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
What if you're animating like crash zoom and all this stuff, and you just like haven't noticed?
I mean, probably that could be the case. I mean, maybe. Please hire me.
Yeah, you're actually animating like all of like all these videos, but you just don't notice.
If I did get the opportunity to do like an episode of Crash Zoom or Edgeworld, I'd probably say no, to be honest, because I don't think I could handle that. Like, I don't think I would, because everyone would be like, "Oh, this is terrible," because I'm not experienced enough.
You plus like the pressure. Even if it's good, there will always be dicks. There will always be dicks in YouTube commentary.
That's why they haven't revealed the animator Force Lunatics, just for that reason, because they didn't want to be like pestered, I think.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, that's could probably be the case.
Yeah. Like,
I don't know why, but I would have loved to have seen Tom like animate Ed's World instead, because he can draw.
he does draw the characters really well. I just don't know if he... Because, like, not only that, but, like, animation, like, it takes... It's not just drawing, it's, like, thinking of, like, the physics and how, like, they move and stuff. I don't know if he could do that.
Yeah, I mean, well, when I'm animating, my characters usually defy physics a lot anyway, so...
Oh, yeah. It's, like... Walk cycles are so complicated.
I did like a walk cycle I was really proud of, actually. Like, it was pretty good, actually, not to brag or anything. And then I didn't use it. I didn't use it. Like, the best part of like the Oddheads short film, and I didn't use it.
There's actually a lot of good animations I've created. Like, just, like... There was one thing where, like, how he was in Dubstep Phone, how he was, like, singing along to the dubstep. I made another one of those. I did, like, just as a test. And I did a few, like... I actually started the animatic for a big project. I don't want to talk about it because I'm still gonna make it one day. But
Project number 1.
yeah, I started the animatic for it. I don't have it anymore. It was kind of like I think Robert was helping me with it, and I was kind of proud of the animatic because it involved a car driving and someone stepping out of it, and I thought it looked pretty cool. And then I've done a few really cool... I started a animated music video for Forget You by CeeLo Green. Even if it was copyrighted, I still wanted to make it, and I scrapped that after a few seconds of the video in... I did like 10 seconds of the video.
Oh.
Like...
Oh. Yeah.
The thing about me is, like, if I'm just freely animating something, I'll do it, like, so fast, but if I know that it has to be out, I'll take, like... Not purposely, but I'll take, like, a really long time on it. But, like Birds Aren't Singing, that wasn't planned to be, like, oh, I'm gonna make this and upload it for people. Like, that was, like, a test, just for fun. I stayed up... It took me from, like, 7 p.m. to, like, 3 a.m., and I just uploaded it, and after a while, I was like, I'm just gonna make it public and see what happens. And then it got, like, 1,000 views really quick. I was like, wow.
Right. I reckon we should stop recording like here. So that's the end of this podcast.
Thank you for tuning in to our conversation and everything.
We'll probably do another one at some point. Yeah.